Hello everyone, Jordan Ray here, and I'm going to be coding out one of an idea that I'm kind of trying to work out for taking attendance with Google Forms, and then being able to monitor the attendance that has been taken for the day. This video will probably span a couple of videos to be able to get everything in there and functional, but we can get things started today. Obviously, I have a form already started. It doesn't have anything in there because I actually want to take some rosters from Google Sheets. So I want to create my form from these rosters without having to type all of them in. Now, I've written the code for this already, so I'm going to dive right in with the script editor. So I have some code that I wrote here at work, and I'm going to just kind of walk through it and explain what I was doing, and maybe we can refactor it a little bit, make it a little bit clearer. So the roster maker function, that's what's going to take these rosters from this sheet, and it's going to give us our questions in forms. So the first thing we need to do is get the spreadsheet ID of the sheet we are using. Spreadsheet ID of the rosters. Then you'll see here, I'm getting these sheets and I'm filtering them by sheets with the name with roster in it. Okay, you'll see, because I'm going to connect this sheet to a form so that responses are going to be coming in here, and that creates a different sheet. I really only want the sheets that say roster. So if I create other sheets later, it won't bother with those. So that becomes our sheets variable. Then we have class select. This is going to create the multiple choice item. Pretty simple. And then we actually set the title to say choose a class. Now we got to actually create the choices, so I'm going to loop through with this for loop here, and it's going to take every single one of my sheets from here. It's going to get all the names, and then it's going to create those as student choices. So I guess first things first, let's just run it and I'll show you what the end result's going to be. So if I just run this roster maker function, and you know why that is, because I never linked everything up. So before I do any of that, I actually need to go into responses here, and I need to link a sheet. So I want to do select response destination, and I want to select an existing spreadsheet, and the name of the spreadsheet I have is called attendance. So that's creating that link there, and we should see in here this form responses sheet appear. Now that's why I have roster in the names of the rosters that I want. And let's go ahead and run this now. And what will happen is in our sheet, we now have a class selector and then two sections with the student names in it. So if I take a look at this, I can choose, I want to take attendance for grade 6. Hit next, and it's showing me those names of students from the grade 6 roster with their student number, first name, and last name. And so that, if I submit from here, I can check into the form responses, and I'll see actually one cell with the absent students from here. Now later on, we'll be pulling that data and creating another sheet to better display attendance that has been taken. But let me continue walking through this code here. So this is where it's getting the ID from the linked spreadsheet. Then it's creating this first multiple choice item here that shows up right here. It's creating this multiple choice item, and it's creating the class selection, and it's setting them as they go to specific page breaks, because you don't want to have the roster for grade 5 mixed up with the grade 6. So to keep walking through this, then I create the students array, and I've broken that out into its own little function, get students, passing the sheet that it's looking at, it's getting the data range, and then returning an array right back into this variable. And then it's turning those into checkboxes. And then once we have that array built, you set the choices, and then you push all of that to class choices and the class selector right here. So that's it. Please let me know what you think of this. How useful is this? And I'm going to push this to GitHub so that we can talk about refactoring it some more. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks, everyone.